Welcome to this module on fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution. The word fundamental suggests that these rights are important, that the Constitution has separately listed them and made special provisions for their protection. Now, why are these rights known as fundamental rights? These rights are identified by the Indian Constitution as the most important rights to its citizens, and so they have made it a separate list and also provided certain special provisions for their protection for the citizens. Now, the fundamental rights are so important that Constitution itself ensures that they are not violated even by the government itself. So it's not only making a separate list and providing provisions, it is also making sure that these rights are not violated by the government itself. Now, the fundamental rights are different from the other rights what are available for us. They are different rights which are available for us when compared to the other rights. While ordinary legal rights, the legal rights are protected and enforced by the ordinary laws. But when it comes to the fundamental rights, they are protected and guaranteed by the Constitution of the country, and there are necessary writs which even prohibit the government violating the fundamental rights. Ordinary rights may be changed by the legislature, but when it comes to the process of making the law, the fundamental rights may also be amended by the Constitution itself. Ordinary rights may be changed by the legislature by ordinary process of lawmaking, that is with a simple majority. But when it comes to fundamental rights may only be changed by amending the Constitution itself. You need to amend the Constitution, you need 2/3 of majority in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha separately, and also you need to get it ratified by the respective states or more than half of the states. Then only the Constitution can be amended with regarding to fundamental rights. So it's a very complicated process. Besides this, no organ of the government can act in a manner that violates them. There are clear instructions in the Constitution which specifies that government cannot act against the fundamental rights or any branch of the government, any organ of the government. Let us say executive cannot violate the fundamental rights. Judiciary has the power and the responsibility to protect the fundamental rights of the individuals from the violations or by the actions of the government. It is the duty of the judiciary to ensure that no fundamental rights are violated by the actions of the government. Executives as well as the legislative actions can be declared illegal by the judiciary if the judiciary feels that there is a violation in the fundamental rights of the individuals, or if there is an unreasonable manner how they are being done. So besides the government, none of the government organs can act in a manner that violates the fundamental rights. However, the fundamental rights are not the absolute rights. They are having unlimited rights. No, they are not absolute nor unlimited rights. We can have certain restrictions on them. Government can put reasonable restrictions on the exercise of our fundamental rights. Depending on the situation and the good of the society, government may put some reasonable restrictions like COVID appropriate behavior, such kind of things on the benefit of the society or good interest of the society. So fundamental rights cannot be violated even by the government. At the same time, the fundamental rights are not absolute and unlimited rights. There can be reasonable restrictions kept looking at the situation of the nation and the larger interest of the society. Stay tuned. We'll catch you in the next section.